Okay, this is going to be a screencast for using the calculator and doing linear regression on the calculator. First, you'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen here we have a table of values, and the X values are hours spent studying, and how is your performance in the SAT going to be in math based on how many hours you study. So the first thing that we need to do is recognize which is our X and which is our Y. Hours spent studying, because that is the left side of the table, that's our X values. Math SAT score, because it's the right side of the table, that's our Y values. So in order to run linear regression, we have to put everything into the calculator. So we click on Stat, and then click Edit, so you can push 1 or Enter. It's going to be the same thing. And then you want to make sure you have all of your lists in the table. It should always start with list 1. So we can go ahead and enter the values. So what I'm doing is just pushing the buttons and then pushing Enter after each one. And that allows me to enter in the data values for this regression problem. Alright, there we go. So I have 20 data values entered into my list 1. And then if I ever wanted to double check the values, I could scroll all the way up to the top of the list and highlight list 1, and it would give me the whole list of values right along the bottom there. So I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. So then I scroll over to list 2 and I put in the math SAT scores. So again, I'm just typing in the values. I'm typing it in on my computer, but you can see on the calculator the buttons that are highlighted. Those would be the buttons you push on your calculator to make sure you don't skip anything. Go ahead nice and slow. Doesn't have to be fast. So clearly where I have this 1 right here, I went a little fast. 1, according to the table, is supposed to be 350, and then 5. Oh no, wait, 1. Oh, see over here, this value here, this 8 and then 1, that should be 8 and then 11. So I go over and I go up a little bit, and I can fix that. It's supposed to be an 11. So then I hit Enter, and then I can come over, and then with 11, let's see, 1 is 350, 3 is 400, 8 is 590, 11, that's supposed to be 640. Okay, 450, 520, 690, so far so good. So I can go ahead and click back down to 11. Now I'm looking over here. So again, I have 690, 770, 700, 730, and 640. Okay, and then I have a dotted line and a dotted line, so I am good to go. So then I can do second, quit, and it takes me back to my home screen. And to run linear regression, after I've entered all my data in the list, I push Stat again, and this time I arrow over to Calc, and I want to come down here to number 4, Lin Reg. So I can arrow down to the number 4, or I can just push the number 4. On the newer calculators, it goes ahead and I have both of my lists. I put all the X values into list 1. I put all the Y values into list 2. So I come all the way down to calculate, and then it runs linear regression for me. So I have y equals ax plus b. A is equal to 29.8. B is equal to 291.49. And then I even have my correlation coefficient right down here as R. So that is how you do linear regression on the calculator.